Obviously disappointed in the result today. A lot of credit to Chicago. They made the plays you need to win. You need to make to win the game. And I thought our defense hung in there and battled. I think they had 2 touchdowns, one off the missed field goal, one off of the interception at the beginning of the half. I thought offensively we're just out of sync. Turned the ball over, weren't protecting the ball. Way too many miscues, way too many things that hurt us today. So all that being said, we still had a chance to win the ball game at the end. One throw here, one catch here, one stop, one block punt, and it might have been a different result. But give credit to Chicago. That's a good football team. Coach Nagy's done a great job. Nick Foles is a winner. They hung in there, and they made the plays you have to make. So with that, I'll see what questions you guys have.
Let's go to Joe Person to open it up, and then Brett Jensen.
Matt, Teddy's been so good for you guys this year. Those last 2 throws, though, the interception, but also the 4th and 2, what did you see in those? And how surprised were you to see him have some struggles with his accuracy?
I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you there. I think I had most of it. The one to DJ, I'd have to see it on tape to see if, what happened, who really where it was. But that's a play that, we have to make all around. The last interception, just obviously that's unfortunate, can't happen. I think from the very beginning, credit to Chicago, we were under duress. Teddy ran the ball more than I've seen him run the ball. He was having to extend plays, with his feet. Their pressure gave us problems at times, and like I said, just could never quite get into sync. And so I'm looking here, like we were 3 of 13 on 3rd down, and we've been in the top 5 or top 7 in the NFL in 3rd down. So obviously, that's something that we're not used to, and it happened today. So credit them; they did a good job, and we just weren't in sync. There were times we're running routes and guys are, not where they're supposed to be, running the wrong route. So I just thought it was a global issue today, offensively.
Matt, I'm curious. I know we've talked about this a lot this year with the red zone issues. 1 touchdown in the last 6 quarters for you guys. Down there again today inside the 5-yard line a couple times and couldn't punch it in. When you see it from the sidelines, are you seeing anything specific that's happening or not happening, I should say?
No, I'm just seeing it. I mean, I hate to say it, but I'm just seeing us not get in. Thought we had a great play to Robbie for a touchdown. Pressure came off the left edge. He had to throw it up to DJ instead. It's something we have to solve. We did a great job to get them to jump off sides to extend the drive. Thought we were going to punch it in there. I mean, you're not going to win games if you don't punch drives in the red zone in for touchdowns. If they're always field goals, I see here we were 1 for 3 today in the red zone for touchdowns, and you're just not going to win. And so those are things that we have to continue to improve upon. I think the thing about us is we see every week, hey, here's something that we have to get better at. We have to improve upon, and we saw that. So. My challenge to the team will be, let's come back. Let's get it figured out. But the red zone is clearly an issue.
Let's go to Miles Simmons and then David Newton.
Matt, what made the Bears offense tough to stop on 3rd down as well? As they were, I think, 7-14.
They were in 3rd and manageable. They were in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, and they found guys open in zone. They beat us on a slant and deep in cut and man. We pressured him, and Nick Foles got the ball out, and he scrambled. So I mean, he did what needed to do. They did, like I said, they didn't have a ton of yards. They had 260 yards of offense. I mean, that's not much in today's football, but they were key yards. They were important yards. They converted when they had to with 2 for 4 in the red zone on touchdowns. So we just have to be better in all those areas.
Hey, Matt, David here. What specifically do you see as the breakdown on the offensive line, and particularly inside the red zone, where it seemed like Teddy had to scramble more times than you can imagine in there?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it's Khalil Mack. They were running some pretty exotic games, and we just there was no kind of quick throw that he could step up in the pocket and find somebody. I thought our vertical passing game today was good. We hit a couple deep balls to Robbie and to DJ, but they did a good job of taking away a lot of the other throws, and we didn't make them pay for it. So I wouldn't say it was any one person, any one thing. I just think, when it came to protecting, especially on third down, we weren't as good as we needed to be.
Let's go to Elena Getzenberg and then Josh Klein.
Hey, Matt, I was curious what went into the decision at the end of the first half there not to go for it on 4th and 2 after you had gotten the first down.
Yeah, just I knew that defensively we were gonna hold them pretty well. I mean, I forget what was the score at the time. Was it 13? Was it 10? Was it 10-3 or I can't remember what the score was at the time. Maybe it was 10. I think maybe it was 10-3, and thought, hey, 2 downs, we run it here, we'll go for it. We thought we had a good play on the pass to Robbie, incomplete. So I just thought it would be best to take the points. Had it been 4th and 1, Elena, I would have gone for it there. And then, they came down, credit to them. They came down and answered in 2 minutes and kicked a field goal, as time expired. So they negated our field goal, but I think it was 10-3 at the time. I thought the chance to make it 10-6. And the way I looked at it, Elena, is, we were not playing real well in the first half. We were playing like tight, like a team that, was feeling like, hey, we have to find a way to win this game, as opposed to just relaxing and playing. And so I thought getting some, getting some energy going into the locker room would be a good thing. Credit to them, they answered.
Matt, there's kind of a wild sequence in the third quarter with the Mike Davis fumble, and then the Jeremy Chin interception, and then the Bridgewater interception that got nullified. The Jeremy Chin interception specifically, how big is that for a rookie to make a play like that, to kind of give you guys the momentum when it felt like maybe the Bears could seize the game right then?
Yeah, it was huge. And I think, as I remember that play, I think we got tremendous pressure on the play. I think he scrambled his right and threw it up, and Jeremy made that play. I look out there on defense at times in the fourth quarter, and I saw, Derek Brown, I saw Chin, I saw Troy Pride, I saw Sam Franklin, an undrafted, free agent, this year. I saw a bunch of young guys out there playing, and I think they hold their own when they go out there, and Jeremy's certainly no exception. So it was a huge play by him, and gave us a chance, to kind of answer that call after we threw that pick.
Guys, we have time for 3 more.
Fumble, excuse me.
3 more. So let's go to Josh Graham and then Bridget and finish with Jonathan Alexander.
Pat, you mentioned that some guys were not in places on offense. You wanted them to be receivers, maybe not running the right routes. Now that you saw the Bears defense, how was their physicality? Do you think their physicality and the quality of that defense was related to you guys having some problems offensively?
Yeah, not the missed assignments and errors. I mean, they're a good team, so I always want to give them credit. And they brought a lot of pressure that got us out of whack. I mean, their pass rush, and they brought some blitzes today. A lot of credit to them. That being said, we can never control the opponent. We can control ourselves, and we did not, in my opinion, just play as well as we wanted to play. Coach, I think that's everybody. Just the Panthers didn't play the game that they should have played or what it wanted to play today, specifically in some of those key situations on offense. So, but the Bears are now whatever they are, 5-2 or 4-2 for a reason. So they deserve to, or they've earned the right to have that. I mean, they played well and they made key plays. And, I thought we played well in a lot of areas, but we just didn't make the key plays you have to make, whether it's the 4th and 2, whether it's the, block punt, whether it's the field goal. I mean, there's so many of those things that, you just make 1 or 2 of those and you win the game. So my message to the guys is like, hey, we have to play better, but you can also see, hey, we have a pretty decent team. They play well together. It just wasn't as good as we wanted it to be today.
Matt, alongside that, obviously turnover is an issue today. They were an issue, in that loss to the Bucs, but it seemed like you guys kind of cleaned them up in the past few weeks. How are you guys able to clean things up and keep that consistency as you move along and, not get better in one game and then fall back again the next week?
Yeah, we're the type of team that if we win the turnover battle, we'll probably win the game. It's going to be hard to overcome the turnover battle, when it's 3-1. I think in the NFL, like when you're -2, it's like 82%, the other team's going to win. So I think a lot of that at times has to do with their pressure. When another team's bringing pressure and the quarterback's under duress, then the ball has a tendency to get away. But at the same time, there was too many plays like that today. You know, we had one that obviously came back. We had the fumble. So to me, you just go back and you just, you know, sometimes in life you have to relearn lessons, unfortunately. So we go back, we say, hey, let's get better at this. Let's get better at this. The key for us is to make sure that we're better next week, that we improve.
Hey, Matt, I wonder, how'd you feel Sam Franklin played after Justin Burris went down? And I want to ask you another question after that. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't really have a chance to see it. You know, while he was out there, I saw him make a physical tackle. I have a lot of confidence in Sam, so when he goes down, you know, we put him in and we trust that he's ready to go. So I'm hopeful that I'm sure that he played well on tape. Technically, I'm sure there's things that they'll coach him on, but other than that, I thought he, at least out there, you know, he certainly belongs.
And also, what has Jeremy Chin meant to the defense this year? He had another.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So you mentioned him a little bit today. What has he meant to the defense in particular?
You know, I'll probably limit my comments just to today. You know, I'm probably not in the position mentally to be thinking about the whole year. You know, he's a great member of the team. He works hard. He makes physical plays. I mean, he's such a, you know, his versatility, and he's a hybrid player that can play on the back end to play up front. You know, I'll have to go back and watch it to see all the things he did right and did wrong. But obviously that interception was a huge play, and you know, he'll continue to get better and better.